Welcome to Orlando, Florida, the vacation capital of the world, but no time to take a vacation today. The stadium is rocking, the bounce house, as the UCF Knights are ready to open another season. Today, a Sunshine State showdown, and in Florida, they believe their level of football is just a cut above. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Seminoles ready to get this thing started and open the season. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Knights offense will start this game off. And there he is, a man who makes an entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this defense is focused and keyed in on. We got to stop him if we're going to have success today.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Fires to the wideout. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got a man, it's Stokes. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than we saw right now.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Looking to the big tight end. It's complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So an 82-yard drive there. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Seminoles offense has the ball for the first time. And there's no doubt, guys, we will be focused on these two star playmakers on the outside.
I'm curious to see how much man coverage we're going to see today. I don't know if either of these defenses is confident enough to go mano-a-mano with these two dudes on the field. They're two of the best in the nation.
These cornerbacks aren't looking for man-to-man coverage. I can promise you that. They'd be like, give me some help over here. But we're going to see some split screens, and we're going to see who had more catches, who had more yards. We're definitely going to be breaking that down this game.
Buys a little time. Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 45 on his way. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Seminoles are in the hurry up. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years, not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie, and guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better, and you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll run the screen, and that did not work. Defense spelled that one out from the beginning.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
To the air, it's Croman Hope. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And that touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it. Take care of the football. Make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. This offense tried to go right back to the well or right back to the air, and the defense was ready this time.
And a great response from the defense. You give up a big play, a huge chunk play that you didn't want to give up. Don't hang your head. Now play the next play. Played it aggressively, went and got the sack. Way to respond.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Knights looking to convert on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th. First down for this offense. The give on the inside. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big plays.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. He's got great speed. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws for the tight end. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pulls it in inside the 10. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. And they will score. Touchdown, UCF! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Good timing on the quick out. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got him downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man, it's Croman Hope. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. Now he's going to break the pocket. Connection to the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big game for the offense.
They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Got it in the middle. It's Ashley. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Line gets set. 1st down. He wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. To the air, it's Croman Hope. And the defense gets to the quarterback. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On 3rd down, the jet sweep as they try to move the chains. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. And the Noles will try to pin them back with the punt. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. To the air on 1st down. Looking deep. And it's caught inside the 30. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. He finds his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Looking for the score. Touchdown Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there in Orlando. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Knights will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
The Seminoles line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the big fella. On the move at the 30. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
This is a long 4th down try, but the offense stays on the field. He wants to throw. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Croman Hope. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Virginia Tech is putting on an offensive clinic. Almost feels like they were ready the moment they arrived at the stadium. They're up by 28 over Miami. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Finds him out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Running back searching for a hole. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. He's right on target. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd down, going up top. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Got it past the marker. Oh, Spender fella, and he's loose. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Knights getting set on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
A 3rd down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Gage. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Wide open downfield. He down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Dropping back, it's Coleman Hope. Floating away. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, you're going to have time to throw.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got his man quickly. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Noles are flying down the field. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw it again. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that outbound. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, no.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Offense set on 1st down. They'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Oh, left him grasping for air. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. The handoff keep working on that clock. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throwing right. Makes the grab. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Back to pass, it's Croman Hope. Fires to the middle. And that pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
Looking for space, it's Webb. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking to throw on second down. He's going to fire deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Wide receiver shows motion. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Offense getting set for first down. He's going to pass. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. He wants to pass it on second down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. On second down, he's looking downfield. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
No mystery here. Third in California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. These guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you...
Turns it on down the left side. The 40. Inside the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away. Why
not double the try total and go for 2? fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's into the end zone for the 2, and the lead is now at 16. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there.
Reese, never a doubt. You kidding me? He had a 2-yard push in there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field, trying to throw the ball down the field, create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.